let's bring your palms together in front of your chest in Namaste Mudra. And gently close your eyes by releasing your upper eyelid into your lower eyelid. Breathe in to breathe out gently through your nostril. Let's begin our class by chanting 3 rounds of Om together. Breathe in. Breathe in through your nostril. As you breathe out, bow down to the divinity which is seated within you and within all. Gently release both your palms down on your knees. Humbly raise your head up. And slowly open your eyes, looking down at the floor in front of you. And then slowly you open your eyes gently. Alright, let's keep the block or your cushion aside. We start with our cat and cow pose, just to release if you have any tension on your spine, just to release your spine. So, let's come to your tabletop position. Keep your palms underneath your shoulders and your knees about hip width distance apart, and you are pointing your toes back. Spreading your fingers away from each other. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to start your cat and cow from your tailbone and you're going to end with your head. So you breathe in through your nostril. Now as you breathe out, you release your tailbone down first, then raise your lower back up, then let that movement travel through the spine all the way to the head. And as you breathe in, let's start again with your tailbone. So you are raising your tailbone up, releasing the lower back down, mid back, then gently you are raising your head up. Good. So as you breathe out, go into the cat pose. Again, you start with your tailbone and you end with your head. And see if you can what do you say? Correlate that movement with your breathing. So breathe out into the cat pose and breathe in into the cow pose gently. Exhale slowly into the cat pose. Inhale into the cow pose. Exhale into the cat pose. From the tailbone all the way, let the movement travel through your spine. Inhale to the cow pose. Good. Let's come back to the center. Let's step your palms slightly forward so your palms are not underneath your shoulders anymore. Spreading all your fingers away from each other. So your arms are in an angle, not underneath your shoulders. Let's tuck your toes in, keeping your knees bent and raise your hips up. Push the floor with your palms and raise your hips up towards the ceiling. Good. Now, keeping your buttocks lifted, now see if you can push your thighs back and descend your heels down. You go into your Triphone Asana, downward facing dog. Stay there. Let's breathe in, step the right leg forward, close to the right palm. Then after your left leg forward, close to your left palm, so your feet are about hip width distance apart. Keeping your knees bent, inhale, raise your arms and come up into Hastasana. And exhale, release your arms down. Okay, now we're gonna start with few rounds of classical Surya Namaskar. So let's come on the front of your mat with your feet together. And do this side. Keep your feet together. Let's descend your heels down, spreading all your toes away from each other. Descend your entire feet strongly down into the floor, keeping your thighs engaged. Let's roll your shoulders back and extend your arms down towards the floor. Straighten your fingers, sharpen your fingers. Very good. Let's bring your palms together in front of your chest. Join your palms together. Let's breathe in. Raise your arms up towards the ceiling, keeping your shoulders down, lifting the sides of your trunk away from the hips. As you breathe out, bend forward from your hip joint and come down, keeping your palms underneath your shoulders. If you can't reach the floor, you can bend your knees. Let's push the floor and raise your chest up. Push the floor with your fingers and raise your chest up and look front. Concave your back. Stay. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bend the knees. Place your palms on the floor. Step the right leg back. And thereafter, your left leg back. You are into Adho Mukha Svanasana once again. Spread your fingers, widen your palms away from each other. Keeping your buttocks lifted up towards the ceiling. Pushing the thighs back and descending your heels down into the floor. Breathe it out. Let's breathe in. As you breathe out, place your knees on the floor. Good. Bend your elbows, place your chest in between your palms and your chin on the floor. Ashtanga Namaskar. Good. Let's point your toes back, slide your chest forward, descend your abdomen down, roll the shoulders back and raise your chest up into your cobra pose. Good. Breathe in. As you breathe out, tuck your toes in, move your buttocks back, and then raise yourself up into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Breathe it out. Again, keeping your fingers well spread, descending through your palms and ascending through your buttocks, your sit bones. Inhale. Let's step the right leg forward. Close to the right palm. So your right leg is in 90-degree angle. Then step your left leg forward. Good. Push the floor with your palms or with your fingertips. Lift your chest and look front. Concave your upper back. Inhale. Let's raise your arms and come all the way up. And exhale. Release your arms down. Breathe it out. Okay, let's do it with your left leg now. Feet together. Spread your toes away from each other. Descend your heels down. Keeping your knees, your thighs active. Roll the shoulders back and extend your arms down towards the floor. Good. Palms in Namaste in front of your chest. Let's breathe in. Extend your arms up. Sharpen your fingers, keeping your shoulders down. As you breathe out, bend forward from the hip joint. Go into your Uttanasana, concave back. You can bend your knees if you can't reach the floor. Look front. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bend the knees. Let's step your left leg back this time. Good. Thereafter, step the right leg back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Raise your hips up away from your shoulders. Push your thighs back and descend through your heels down. Press the heels down. Breathe it out. Let's breathe in. As you breathe out, knees down. Chest in between your palms and chin on the floor. Ashtanga Namaskar. Keeping your sit bones lifted. Then slide your chest forward, point your toes back, go into your cobra pose. descending through your pubis, ascending through your chest. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, tuck the toes in, move your hips back and come up into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Let's breathe in. Step the left leg forward. Left leg forward this time. Thereafter, your right leg forward. Concave your upper back and look front. Breathe in. Extend your arms and come up. As you breathe out, release your arms down. Breathe it out. Let's you breathe to settle with few exhalation. All right, let's keep your feet together. Okay, yeah. So can you turn your mat facing me horizontally? This way, lengthwise, if you have a space. We're gonna move into our Untitled Trikonasana. Let's keep your feet together. Spreading all your toes again away from each other. Let's keep your palms on your hips. Good. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you're gonna step your legs about 4 feet apart. We can readjust that later, but for now, let's say 4 feet apart. Now look down, see that your toes are in line with each other, and your toes are turned in and your heels are turned out slightly. So the outer edges of your feet are parallel to the outer edges of your mat. That much. Let's keeping your chest lifted, roll the shoulders back and down. From there, so I'm gonna mirror you. You're gonna turn the right heel in and toes out, and turn the left foot in slightly. So your right heel is in line with the arch of your left foot. That much. Now some of you can observe that your hips are moving towards your right leg, right? See if you can turn your hips to face me, to your front. Good. Let's raise your right arm up. Breathe in. As you breathe out, cut your right hip in, extend your right arm towards the right side and see how far you can come. How far down you can come with your arm. Maybe your shin bone, maybe your thigh, maybe the floor, up to you. Good. Now from there, let's roll your right shoulder back. So you don't lean on the right shoulder, roll the right shoulder back. Turn your chest, your abdomen to face up towards your ceiling. Turn. Press both your heels down strongly. Let's extend your left arm up now towards the ceiling. Good. Breathe. Stay. All right. Breathe out. Now, with your next inhalation, extend the left arm to come up out of the flow pose and then turn the right foot in. Let's place your palms on your hips. Again, readjust your feet. See that your all toes facing forward. Good. Now, let's turn your left heel in and toes out into 90-degree angle, out to the side. And see that your left heel is in line with the arch of your right foot. Again, let's turn your hips to face me, front. You can observe that your hip is trying to move towards the left side, but you allow your hips to move towards the front, towards me. Let's inhale, extend the left arm up. Exhale, you're going to cut the left hip in, extend the left arm towards the left side, reach to the wall as far as you can go, and then come down into your Triphone Asana. You are rolling the left shoulder back, turning your abdomen, your chest to face up, and then extend your right arm in line with your right shoulder. Good, stay. You can look down or maybe look to the front if it is difficult for you to look up. So you don't have to if you have any neck condition or if it's difficult. You can look down or look towards me. Stay. Press both your heels down, keep your thighs lifted, turning your hips and your chest to face front. Good. Now with next inhalation, extend the right arm and come up. Bend the left knee, turn your feet to face forward, palms on the hips, step or jump your legs together. Very good. Breathe it out. Shake your legs. If there is any pain in your thighs or in your knees, you can just raise your heels up one by one or shake your legs. All right, now let's move into your Veerabhadrasana 2. Feet together, arms on the hips. Breathe in. As you breathe out, step or jump your legs wide apart. This time wider than Trikonasana. Okay, or we will readjust our stance later on. See that your toes are facing forward, arms on your hips. Let's turn the right heel in and your toes out. Good. What you're gonna do is just to readjust your feet, let's bend your knee and see that your knee is above your heel. Now, if you feel that your thigh is not parallel to the floor, you can widen your stance. You can adjust the back leg. You can move it further back. Okay? Then straighten the right leg. Good. Straighten, turn your hips to face forward to me. Okay? Palms on the hips. We're gonna move to Veerabhadrasana 2 few times just to mobilize your hip, knee joint, and your ankle joint. So what you're gonna do is, keeping the back of your head in line with your buttock, just sit and come back. Okay? Sit and come back. Sit and come back. Let's extend your arms in line with your shoulders now. Breathe in. As you breathe out, keeping the back of your head in line with your buttocks so you don't lean to the right side. Sit and come back. Sit, do it a few times and come back. Good. Now let's press through your left leg, left heel down. Keep pressing through your left heel. Sit and stay. Good. Extend your arms away from each other. Good. Now you're going to take your left arm down and extend your right arm up to the ceiling, opening up the right side of your trunk. And exhale into the warrior 2 again. Inhale. Pull the left arm back and straighten the right leg. Turn your feet to face forward, palms on the hips. Good. Very good. Now we're going to, let's see. Readjust your feet, your toes are facing forward. Good, let's turn your left heel in and toes out. Now turning the right foot slightly in, right foot. Turn your hips to face forward towards me. Palms on your hips, breathe in. Keeping your chest lifted as you breathe out. Let's bend the knee, sit back. See that your knee is above your heel. Readjust your stance if it's not coming to you. And your thigh is parallel to the floor. And then let's come back. Breathe in. Breathe out, sit. And come back. Breathe out, sit. And breathe in, come back. Let's open up your arms in line with your shoulders, extending both your arms away from each other. See your hips, your chest is facing me towards the front. Breathe in. As you breathe out, sit. And come up. Sit. Stay. Check whether your knee is above your heel or not. And your thigh is somewhere parallel to the floor. If you can, stay there. You're gonna take your left arm up and your right arm down towards the right leg and extend. Extending the left side of your trunk, up. Stay. You can look up towards your left palm and Exhale to the warrior two. Stay. Inhale, use your right arm to pull and come up. Turn your feet to face forward, palms on the hips. Step or jump your legs together. Breathe it out. Very good. You can shake your legs or raise your knees or your heels up. Just to release your hips or your knees. Good. Now we're going to move into our next pose, which is Triphone Asana. So again, you are keeping your feet together, spreading all your toes away from each other. Palms on the hips. Breathe in as you breathe out. Again, step or jump your legs wide apart. Okay, wider than 4 feet. You are turning your toes to the front and your heels out slightly. See that your toes are in line with each other. Arms on the hips, roll the shoulders back, raise your chest up. Let's again turn the right heel in and toes out into 90-degree angle out to the side. Turn your left foot in slightly. Good. Let's breathe in. As you breathe out, let's sit into warrior two first. Extend your arms out to the side. See that your right knee is above the right heel. At least this much you have to bend. Breathe in. Let's raise your right arm up. As you breathe out, take your right arm down. You can place your right arm on your right thigh or see if you can reach the floor, up to you. Or you can place it on the thigh. Then turn your left arm to face the wall behind you and then extend your left arm away from your left hip. Press the left heel down. Extend the left arm away from the left heel. Extend. Now see if you can turn your chest and your hips to face front towards you. And see if some of you can reach the floor. Go there. Stay. Breathe in. Let's swing the left arm and come up. Exhale, palms on the hips. Turn the right foot to face forward towards me. Breathe it out. Okay, you don't have to stay in the pose if that is challenging for you. So you can come out of the pose anytime. Okay, feel free to do that. Good. Now again, see that your toes are facing forward. Let's turn the left heel in and toes out. Turn the right foot in slightly. See that your hips are facing me. Breathe in. As you breathe out, let's sit into warrior two first. Extend your arms out to the side. Inhale, raise the left arm up. Exhale, go into the warrior or Triphone Asana. So reach the floor if you can't, to the front if you can't. Place your elbow on the left hand. All right. It's absolutely all right, guys. What I mean is, and turn your palm to face wall behind you, and then extend your right arm away from the right heel. So what you need to do is descend through your right heel into the floor and extend your arm away. Good. Good. Now let's turn your chest and your hips to face forward. Sharpen your left palm and turn your head to look up. And then swing your right arm and come up. Arms on the hips, turn your foot in and step or jump your legs together. Very good. Let's raise your knees up one by one just to release your hips. These poses are a bit difficult for your hips. Your hips feel tired sometimes, so you can do all of these movements, some rotation to release your hip. All right, and we move to our next pose. Anyways, let's do it. Let's keep your feet together. Now we're gonna go into our next pose. Now, let me show you first. So it's actually Ardha Chandrasana. So some of you may not find it easy to make a balance in half moon pose. So some of you may use the wall. You are back into your wall. There, like I don't have a flat wall, but I'm using it. So from here, you're gonna step your legs wide apart. As you do for your Trikonasana, you can take a look first. You're gonna turn the right foot out. Okay, so you're gonna go into your Trikonasana. Okay, your back is against the wall. From that, you bend your knee, take your right palm to the right side, in front of your right foot, and then you raise your leg up there. So you have a wall behind you to support you. Okay? Then you bend the knee, place your palm on your hip, and you gently come back from that. Those who cannot find a balance without a wall. Okay? But know that when you are against the wall, you are not completely against the wall. Maybe you will fall them also. So you are a few inches away from the wall. Okay? Then later on, you can lean into the wall to find a balance. Okay? So some of you may need a wall, so you can find a wall behind you and practice on the wall. Let's do it together now. Feet together, palms on the hips. Breathe in. As you breathe out, step your legs wide apart, about 4 feet again. We're going to move into Trikonasana first, and from there we will move into Ardha Toes are facing forward. Let's turn the right heel in and toes out, and then your left foot in slightly. Again, your hips are facing me. Exactly what you do in Trikonasana. Inhale, raising the right arm up. Exhale, go into Trikonasana. See how far you can go. Do your Trikonasana first. Good. Now from here, let's look down towards your right foot. Bend the right knee. Bend the right knee. Now you're going to place your right palm slightly away from your right foot on the floor. Okay? Now you're going to step the left leg few inches forward and shift the weight of the body on your right foot and the right arm. Good. Now from here you can see that your left leg is free to raise, right? Now see if you can raise your left leg up. Good. Now some of you may have an ability to straighten the right leg, so do so if you can. Good. Now from that, let's extend the left arm up towards the ceiling if you can. Good. Now as you do in Trikonasana, turn your hips and your chest to face forward. Turn. Good. Palm on your hip. Bend the right knee. Extend the left leg and come into Trikonasana once again. Good. Extend the left arm up. Let's use your left arm to swing and come up off the pose. Arms on the hips. Let's turn your right foot in and step your legs together. Okay, bit challenging to manage, but you can use the wall if you cannot manage the balance. That's absolutely fine. Are we ready to move to the other side? I hope you are. Okay, let's feet together. Arms on the hips. Raising your chest up. Breathe in. Let's breathe out and step your legs wide apart, turning your toes in and heels out. Good. Let's turn the left heel in and toes out. Turn the right foot in slightly. Again, turn your hips to face forward. Do what you exactly do in Trikonasana. Extend the left arm up. Exhale and go into Trikonasana first. Good. Let's look down towards your left foot. Bend the left knee. Good. You are shifting the weight to the left leg now. Placing your palm in front, slightly away from your left foot, stepping the back leg halfway forward. Good. Now your back leg is free to lift, okay? So your entire weight is on your left leg and your arm is supporting. Now see if you can raise the back leg up, parallel to the floor. Good. Then straighten the bottom leg. Stay. Use your palm or your fingertips to push the floor and turn your chest to face forward towards me. turn. And then extend your right arm up towards the ceiling. Very good. Stay focused. Keep breathing. See how this balancing pose responding to your breaths. Observe. Stay. Bend the left knee. Extend the back leg to come into Trikonasana again. Extend the right arm up. Stay there for a while, then use your right arm to swing and come up. Good. Turn the foot in, palms on the hips, and you are back. Good. Let's shake your legs a bit. Raise your knees up to release your hips. And you can make small circle with your knees. Alright, now we're going to put all of those poses which we have already done together. Okay, and see if you can move smoothly from one pose to another pose. So let me show you once first. Okay, and then we can do it together later on. So let me show you. I'm going to keep my feet together, arms on the hips. I step my legs away from each other. Wider than Trikonasana this time. Okay, I'm gonna do right side, so you can look. I turn my right heel in and toes out. Turn my left foot in. Okay, I'm gonna extend my arms out to the side. Breathe in. As you breathe out into Trikonasana first. Okay, so first is Trikonasana. From there, I'm gonna swing my left arm, bend the right knee, and go into Warrior 2. Okay, from there, I'm gonna extend the right arm up. And left arm down, stay there. Okay, from there, I'm gonna go into Trikonasana, so I'm gonna go down and extend my left arm away from the left heel. This is Trikonasana, right? I'm gonna keep my left arm on my left hip. I'm gonna look down, I'm gonna step forward, arms underneath the shoulder, and go into the Ardha there. Extend. Breathe in. As you breathe out, I'm going to go back into Trikonasana. Then revolving your Veerabhadrasana 2 and Veerabhadrasana 2 into Trikonasana. Swing and come up. Turn the foot in. Step or jump the legs together. Clear? Okay, can we do it together now? Alright, let's keep the feet together. We can do it together now. Palms on the hips. Step or jump your legs wide apart because we're going to move into Warrior 2, so wider than your Trikonasana feet or stance. Good. Let's start with your right leg. So right heel in, toes out, left foot in slightly. Inhale, raise the right arm up. Exhale, go down into Trikonasana. Extend your left arm. Good. Let's bend the right knee, swing the left arm and go into Veerabhadrasana 2. Good. Sit. Extend your arms away from each other. Let's revolve Veerabhadrasana 2. Good. Opening up the right side of your trunk. Exhale into Trikonasana. Extend the left arm away from the left heel. Good. Look down. Left palm on the left hip. You're gonna glide into your Ardha Chandrasana. See if you can do it gracefully. Breathe it out. Extend the left arm. Good. We're gonna move into Trikonasana. Bend the right knee. Go back into Trikonasana. Extend the left arm away from the left heel. Let's swing the left arm and come up into revolving Veerabhadrasana. Good. Then Veerabhadrasana 2. Good. Straighten the right knee. Go into Trikonasana. Let's use your left arm to swing and come up. Arms on the hips, turn the foot in, step or jump your legs together. Very good. Breathe it out. Let your breathe to settle down, and we can move to other side. Breathe in to breathe out through the nostril. On exhalation, all right. Let's feet together. Okay, feet together, spreading your toes, descending through your heels down, palms on your hips. Breathe in. As you breathe out, step or jump your legs wide apart, wider than your Trikonasana legs. Turn the left heel in and toes out, turn the right foot in slightly. Let's extend your arms out to the side in line with your shoulder. Breathe in. Extend the left arm up. As you breathe out, let's go down into Trikonasana. See how far you can go. Up to you. Good. Let's bend the left knee, swing your left arm, come up into warrior two. Sit. Wider. Extend your groins away from each other. Open up your hips. Good. Let's take the left arm up, right arm down, extending the right side of your ribs. Opening up the ribs. Straight. See if you can look up into your left palm. Exhale. Go into Trikonasana smoothly, gracefully. Stay. Good. Let's keep the right palm on the right hip. Look down. And you're gonna hop into your Ardha Chandrasana. Gently. Stay. Breathe. Bend the right knee, go into Trikonasana, extending the right arm away from the right heel. Good. Swing the right arm, come up into revolving Veerabhadrasana. Exhale into Veerabhadrasana. Sit down, knee above the heel. Good. Straighten the your left leg, and go into Trikonasana. Inhale, let's swing the right arm and come up. Palms on the hips, turn your foot in. Step or jump your legs together. Good. Let's rotate your legs or raise your knees high up in line with your hips, just to release your legs. All right, that was great. Okay, let's sit down now. Yes, we can. Let me know if you have any questions. I can answer you. Okay, you don't. Okay, you are sitting in Dandasana. Move your sit bones back. Now, if you have a tendency to rounding the back, you can sit higher on something. Maybe block, maybe you can fold something, your pillow, cushion, anything. You can sit slightly higher. If you have a tendency to rounding the back this way, right? Sometimes it happens. If you cannot keep your spine straight, you can sit on something. Okay, like that. Move your sit bones back. You are in your Dandasana. Okay, let's bend the right knee and drag your right heel close to the right hip. That. Okay, just hug your right knee with your left arm. There. Okay, and see if you can reach behind you with your left arm and turn back gently. Just to release your hips and your SI joint. And turn to face your front, release your right leg to the side. Okay, let's switch now. Bend the left knee, drag the left heel close to the left sit bone. Good. Use your right arm to wrap your left knee and thigh, and then turn back. Breathe it out. Stay. And release. Can you pass me the boost? All right, class. See if you have, you can use a bolster, or maybe you must have a pillow at least, so you can use your pillows if you don't have a bolster. Okay, so get your pillow or your bolster. Okay, so you are sitting in your Dandasana, straightening your legs to the front. Now, keep your bolster or your pillow in line with your left hip, vertically. All right, let's bend your knees and you're gonna swing both your feet to your right side. So, as if you are doing Bharadwajasana, if you are aware of that pose, as if. So, your right ankle is resting on your left arch of the feet. Am I making sense to you? Your knees are still facing front. So, yeah, this way. If you can see me. My right ankle is resting on the arch of my left foot. Okay, makes sense? Alright, so you're there, and the pillow is in line with your left hip vertically. Now, I'm going to turn my chest to face the pillow, placing my palms by either side of the pillow or the bolster, and then resting my trunk on the bolster there, gently. Good. Breathe it out. Breathe in to breathe out through your nose too. Let's allow to settle that practice deep within you. Deep exhalation through the nose too. If you are uncomfortable in the pose and you need to make any adjustment, do so by yourself. Maybe you need to adjust your feet, your knees, maybe your hips, here and there, your spine. Feel free to adjust yourself. Exhale through the nose. Very good. Let's place your palms by either side of your bolster. Gently push the floor and come up. Good. Let's straighten your legs to the front. Now pick up your pillow or the bolster, place it on your right side now. Yeah. Bend the knees, swing both your feet by the side of your left hip. Again, your left ankle is resting on your right arch of the foot. And you gently turn your chest to face the bolster, use your arms to support you and gently rest your trunk on the pillow. Just relax your arms, your shoulders down. See that there's no tension in your shoulders. So maybe you have to widen your arms slightly away from the pillow. Good. And as your body is settled in the pose, and see if you can observe the effect of the Hatha Yoga practice which you have done, how the practice is responding to your mind, your brain. Whether your mind is still wandering around, there's so many thoughts, or you are having that sense of calmness. Just observe, you don't have to modify anything or judge anything, just observe your mind. Alright, let's again place both your palms by in the side of the booster, gently push the booster and down. Okay, so we cannot miss Savasana. In my previous slides, I missed that, but we must do Savasana. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna use that pillow or the booster underneath your knees just to support your knee. And yeah, you can cover yourself if there's cold. You can turn off your lights if you need to. And then gently rest on the floor behind you. See that your legs are not too far, not too close, they are about hip width distance apart. And if there is any arch in your lower back, you can move your bottom slightly away from the lower back. So you can make that adjustment. Now, roll your upper arm inside out and keeping the back of your arms on the floor in such a way that your arms are facing up towards the ceiling. Release your shoulders down. Again, your arms are not too close, not too far from your trunk. So they are about few inches, 3 or 4 inches away from your trunk. Now, after adjusting your arms, let's soften your eyebrows. And you're going to release gently your upper eyelid into your lower eyelid. So you're not closing your eyes aggressively. Close it gently. Allow your body to settle into the floor behind you. Not forcing it, but just allow it to happen. Feel as if your body is shrinking into the floor behind you with every exhalation. As if your body is melting into the floor behind you with each and every exhalation you do. Now, from the cross, from Annamaya Kosha, which is your body, see if you can bring your awareness into your breathing. No adjustment with your breathing, but just observe the length of your inhalation and exhalation of your breath. Just observe the length of inhalation and exhalation of your breathing. Without modifying your breathing, just normal, natural breathing, and you are just trying to observe the breath. And if your mind drifts away from your breathing sometimes here and there, which is natural, don't force it to come back to your breathing. Just allow it to go and let it come naturally. Now, let's observe your last exhalation. And then just be there, doing nothing, no observation, just being in the present. Stay there. Now, see if you can bring your awareness to your mind. What's going on in your mind? From the gross to the subtlemost, which is your mind. Observe your mind. Again, without modifying, without adjusting anything in your mind, just observe what's going on in your mind. As if you're watching or just observing, witnessing your mind. Your mind is there in front of you. Just observe. Now, after observing your mind for a while, just come out from that zone, from that witnessing self. And now, see if you can feel the presence of your body on the floor behind you. On the back of your heel, to the calves, your thighs, your lower back, your upper back, the back of your head, the back of your arms. Feel that presence of your body. Then slowly start moving your toes and your fingers. Let's bend your knees one leg at a time. Roll to your right side. Stay there for a while. And use your right arm to gently push the floor and come up. Just keep your eyes closed and sit as you want. You don't need to adjust anything anymore. Just be with that silence, that peace. Bring your palms together. Namaste Mudra in front of your chest. We're gonna close this class with one Om and Tri Shanti. Breathe in. Om. Shanti. 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 Breathe in. As you breathe out, bow down to the divinity which is seated within you. Gratitude to all our masters, our teachers. Release both your palms down on your knees. Inhale, humbly raise your chest up, your head up. And slowly open up your eyes, looking down at the floor in front of you. And then gently open your eyes, look straight ahead. Namaste everyone.